All right, we are going into the. Where is this on the actual bracket? That is a good question. I will find that in a moment. This is the losers bracket of our diamond bracket. So many brackets, so little time. In the bottom left, we have our red Zerg Imperative. And on the bottom right, we have our pink Protoss EXE STK's adeafkid. I feel very much like a bad person for saying that so loudly. That's okay. Alright, we're going to learn a little bit about these players. I'm sure you all know and love Imperative, as he loves Core Hall City. That is, in fact, his favorite map. You should play him on it all the time. You will likely punch me later, though we're going to learn a little bit about adeafkid. He is from Virginia. Alright, going a little bit more into the south now. And his favorite unit is the Probes because they work hard and play hard. Alright, a true American hero. He does try to pick pink in-game, another pink lover, and he has gotten his favorite color. And other than StarCraft, he plays a good bit of Battlefield 3 and soccer, because those are very much connected. So, we're going to see a PVZ. Imperative doing the, a very quick spawning pool. I should have actually thought to look at that. It will be scouted very quickly by adeafkid. So he will see this very quick pool, and he will actually be able to block off. He will be able to block off this super narrow choke into his natural. So I'm not sure if a quick pool was the correct decision on this map. There is a backdoor back here, but these rocks will take a while to actually break down for a Zerg player. Our pool is up. Zerglings are on the way. And they are sitting there. Go, Zerglings, go! And they go. The Zerglings are on the way. Can he actually wall this off in time? The answer is very much yes. He has 300 minerals, and he should be just fine. Does put down a forge, cancels the forge, and then replants it just to make sure that he has a tight wall off. Might have been a little bit of a mistake, but not the biggest of deals. Gateway out first as well, so he will be able to just build the Zealot and take out anything attacking the front. The Zergling's also going the wrong way. Oh, this is all going so terribly wrong for Imperative. Poor Imperative, missing his opponent, and even if he got there in time, it wouldn't really matter. Cybercore going down now as well. adeafkid has not been able to expand yet, so that is one small victory for Imperative. Imperative should be joining up behind this. But he is 11 drones to 18 probes. That is such a lead for adeafkid. Imperative, realizing the derp, has not found his opponent just yet. Very strange little spidery thing. Crab beetles are now on the field. Imperative has indeed derped just a bit. Photon cannon going down. This is now completely and utterly shut down. He needs to macro up behind this, but he's so far behind because he just cannot actually get into the Protoss base. Does get a probe for his trouble, but oh, it's going to be too little too late. That Photon cannon will be able to defend everything that's coming out here. He needs to run away, and he does just in time. Gives a little warning shot to that Overlord, but the Overlord as well will be out just fine. Mothership Core on the way will be able to defend any sort of further aggression. The hatchery is up though, so now he will be able to actually get back up in the Harvester count. 18 drones to 20 probes. He is starting to catch back up. If he takes a quick third or some kind of other advantage, he might actually be able to get back in this, despite the shaky start. Another Photon Cannon coming down. adeafkid is actually putting a lot of resources into defending this front, and knowing that, Imperative is going to start working on these rocks. It will take approximately 17.3 years for these rocks to go down. adeafkid will also be seeing this. Well, he should be seeing this now with that pylon in place to watch for exactly what Imperative is doing. And with that Mothership Core, the Mothership Core will... Ah, yes, beautiful. Mothership Core is coming in to start work on those Zerglings. And there's not much choice for them but to run off. Alright, apparently we are going to be doing the finals after this. Good to know. We will finish this game first. But we will be doing Masters Finals and Bronze and Silvers right after that. That should be a very exciting series. Hello, Sick. The world says hello. We have 25 viewers, though. There are going to be a lot of people that are going to miss out on those finals. It'll make me very sad, because those should be some fun series. So we should get everyone hyped up and amped up and tuning into the stream for our finals. Alright, adeafkid still just macroing up. What does he have for tech? He does have his robo facility out. He's getting a warp prism. Ooh, that's a little bit fancy. He does have only one gas, so he's going very mineral heavy. A bit strange getting that an immortal right after that as well. Definitely not going for immortal sentry all in just because of that complete lack of gas. Mothership core and that cannon will guard those rocks very, very well. And there's no third for Imperative. Imperative has nothing. He's on 2 bases, and he does have a bit of a drone lead, which is nice. So he is getting more gas. Oh, the Nidus network. Oh, and look at this. This entire area is completely open. This Nidus will be completely unscouted. If he gets in there with a ton of lings, there's not much adeafkid can do. There's no splash damage. All these cannons will be useless. All this cute front defense up in the main. But the Stalkers will find the Overlord, and that plan is foiled at the last possible second. Oh, that was just such good timing for those Stalkers to come back in. He needed that so badly, and there goes the vision. He has no more vision of that high ground. The Nidus is thwarted. That would have been so perfect. Oh, Imperative just being foiled at every turn in this game. Building some spine crawlers at the front for a push that isn't coming just yet. Falling further behind in terms of economy. He needs to get that base up. Though, on the other hand, adeafkid has not actually been producing probes. He needs to produce probes. He needs to saturate that base. He needs to saturate the gases. Needs to get that economy up and running. He should have much more of a lead than he does right now. We'll be moving out, though. These 2 Immortals and a couple of Zealots will realize that the rocks are not down. There we go. Now they'll shut down. And Imperative finally taking that 3rd base. But this is going to be right for the pickings for adeafkid. Mothership core does have enough energy for time warp and a recall. Very important to note. So if this attack does go awry, he can just get on back. And, oh, there is a Nidus. The Overseer has come back in. And does he see it? Does he see it? Yes, he does see it. He can see it on the minimap, but will he actually notice it? He's able to see it, but does he see it? That is the key difference. Who actually checks for a Nidus in this day and age? A Nidus comes up, he will hear the scream, and he will have a heart attack. Those 2 Stalkers need to be taken out before that Nidus. That Nidus needs to stay alive. It needs to stay up. Will he turn around, or will he move on? He's putting up Perspawn. He will recall back into his base. A beautiful defense. This is exactly why the Mothership core has changed Protoss so significantly. A recall into a Nexus Photon Overcharge, Nexus Cannon. But that will delay the attack at the very least, so Imperative has bought himself plenty of time. That was a very tense moment, beautifully handled by adeafkid. And Imperative now has some breathing room to get this 3rd up and running. Hydra Den on the way, more roaches on the way as well. And he should have seen that there's really no splash damage, but there's a lot of gates. So many gates. 8 gates. 8 gates and a robo. And that is all. He is just going for brute force. adeafkid, this is why he wasn't getting gas. He didn't need the gas, he just needed the gateways, he needed the zealot count, he needed the pure brute force that is this Protoss army that you are now seeing walk across this map. Imperative realizing he has been foiled, has been doing a little bit of derping, but that's okay. He needs to focus now on holding off this massive push. This 3rd base is basically forfeit. Fortunately, there isn't all that much there, but Imperative needs that 3rd base, otherwise he's going to be falling further and further behind. These 2 Immortals are going to be worth their weight in gold against these roaches. 3rd base does hold on a little bit longer. Those spines will be able to hold this off actually quite well. So while this 3rd is going to go down, he might be able to hang on a little bit longer. Does need to trade efficiently. Both players very close in the resources lost tab. 44 drones, 37 probes. So actually, it does look like Imperative does have a bit of an economic edge, because adeafkid has gone so all in on these gateways, but he has killed the 3rd. That is important. So very important. And oh, the Warp Prism up in the main now will bypass these spine crawlers completely. But there is enough of an actual force for Imperative to take out this Warp Prism. Oh, those Hydras might actually be able to take it out very quickly. It does need to get out of there. Needs to transform. Needs to run. Can it get away? The Hydra's trying to get a shot in. One shot, two shot. Just barely misses it. He will be able to reinforce this still. And that is his cue to start moving in against these Spine Crawlers. Time Warp on the ramp. Almost as good as a force field in this situation. The Spines will melt away, but he will have to turn around as the Hydras actually start getting in all that DPS. The Zealots do not want to attack up a choked ramp with all those Hydras firing away. The units lost tab. Zerg has still lost just a little bit more, but it's still so close in supply. Zerg is a little bit ahead in supply. In terms of actual army supply, they're neck and neck. Is the army? It is the actual drone supply. That Imperative has the edge, so he needs, as if he can be cost efficient, he can actually push this off and start to push back. Still no gas for the Protoss player. Protoss is all in on this completely. 8-gate robo. No more upgrades, no more tech, no more anything else. It is just all units all the time. Hydra speed is on the way. +1 attack is about to finish. +1 attack is done for those Hydras. That will make such a difference in actually being able to handle this army. Imperative might be able to actually push this back. It's walking on this razor's edge, though. The problem is, for adeafkid now, if adeafkid can't actually kill Imperative with this, he's screwed. He has no tech. He has no splash damage. He has nothing. Nothing at all. While Imperative has been investing into a lot of tech, his Hydra, Ling, and Roach all at once. More upgrades on the way. There is a Nexus going down, but at this point it's too little too late, because Imperative is able to push this back, and once the counterattack hits, it's going to be far too much damage for the Protoss army to handle. Roach Hydra is so good against just a pure gateway army. The Mothership Core does go down. There's no more recall left, no more photon overcharge. That third is immediately cancelled, and there is no chance for it to stay up. Now it is adeafkid's turn to try and hang on just a little bit longer. The Lings will cut off. The Immortals just barely not getting the chance. Units lost. Zerg is pulling ahead in terms of cost efficiency. There are no force fields. The ramp is completely open. There are cannons to defend, but they will melt in seconds to this just mass Hydra fire. Now it's a matter of who can get up and down the ramp. This little choke point will be so key in staying the concave. The concave up at the top will be superior to if Imperative tries to go up, and likewise if adeafkid tries to go down, Imperative will have the concave of his own. Will take out a couple stragglers over here, and actually does have a chance now to take out this vector of attack. Adeafkid opens up his own base, wants to get into that concave position sooner than his opponent can. Does not want all those Hydras just kind of rushing in. This is a very tense moment. Lots more Hydras on the way. Upgrades. +2 attack is almost done for those Hydras. Only +1 attack versus the +1/+1 for the Hydras, but the Roaches are down, and those Zealots actually now can start tearing through the Hydras. The Hydras doing terrible damage. Yeah, and yes, I just said that, but the Hydras will be torn apart, and that is the end of that army. Hydras coming in piecemeal, do not want that at all. Third base now up for Imperative. He can start macroing behind this a little bit. There are no drones, though, and the income still in Imperative's favor. Still has that drone lead, but things have actually stabilized. I can't believe it. Things have actually stabilized. Nexus coming down, and Colossus is now going to be on the way for adeafkid, and that's going to be brutal against this heavy Hydra army that Imperative has. Imperative needs something to deal with those Colossi as soon as he sees them coming out. Needs a hive to get those Vipers, needs Corruptors, needs a Spire, needs something. An Infestation Pit is on the way, and that could be exactly where his mind is as well. Bit of an army now getting together, clumping up. Some Colossi will be coming out shortly, but the window for attack is starting to close for Imperative. Imperative needs to do damage, needs to take out this third. If this third is allowed to go up, Protoss on 3 bases, so much more powerful than on 2.
Game pause.
Oh, apparently we're pausing. A quick please pause. Do have a base going down here. Not sure how long this is going to last. I'm going to take a drink of Coke. Oh my god, my throat is going to be so dead tomorrow. But yes, get on Reddit, get on Battle.net forums, get on everything. Get on Facebook, get your friends on here. Get everyone to come in and watch. We're going to have the Masters Finals coming in very, very soon. Beeping when he's trying to warp in units, that happens to me all the time. It drives me insane. It's actually a keyboard. The setting that fixes it for me, for those that have that problem, is the keyboard repeat speed in the control panel. Might help out someone. And we are back in this game. This third base is now coming up. Things have stabilized and actually look very normal. Zerg's slightly ahead in supply, and that is absolutely normal for this stage of the game. Some better upgrades, though. That +2 attack and that +1 armor, which is now just starting to be worked on. Protoss is now just getting that +1 armor. And another base up for Imperative very shortly. Hive is coming up, and he will be able to make Vipers, yoink those Colossi into the Roach Hydra Ball. Completely neuters them, and you need, actually, those High Templar to battle that. An Oracle, a very late Oracle, suddenly coming out of nowhere. What? Where's that Oracle? Where's the Oracle? Ah, there's the Oracle. Alright, an Oracle is coming out. That is interesting. I'm not sure what he's going to be doing with this Oracle. I'm a little flabbergasted. Alright. Well, there's an Oracle out. Good to know. 2-2 is done for our Zerg player, and 3-3 is going to start very shortly. Likely when that Hive is done. Hive is just completed. Might see some... Oh, some Ultralisks are going to be coming out. No melee attacks. And, oh, this Oracle is coming right across the map. Has flown past an Overlord. He knows it's coming. And there's a Queen in position. What can this Oracle actually really do? He will get a little bit of scouting out. Oh, might get a Revelation off. No, he does not. He will get chased away almost immediately by those Hydralisks. That Oracle really not doing anything of much use. Ah, huge Revelation down on the Zerg army, and he will now be able to see everything that Imperative is doing with all these Roaches and Hydras. Which, unfortunately for him, is basically nothing. So that Oracle, not sure if that was really worth it, but at least for a little while he will be safe in the knowledge that Imperative is sitting back here and getting all his stuff in gear. +3 armor on the way, +1 melee attack as well, so he is going for that Ultra switch. Also pretty good against Colossi. Actually pretty good against everything that isn't called an Immortal. Fourth base now coming down for adeafkid. adeafkid, I did not see this game actually transitioning the way it has. This is turning very exciting. Charge on the way as well, and the Templar Archives is done, so he has all the tech open and available to him. Imperative playing very passively now, allowing adeafkid to get back into this game. 4 Ultras on the way, that might be what he's waiting for. Adrenal Glands as well, so he might be following this up with a bunch of Zerglings. Still has that Nidus network as well. Not sure if he can really use it effectively at this point in the game, though, when the Protoss has turtled up in this bottom corner, and it's not really that useful to bounce between. I'm not really sure where you could put a Nidus. You could maybe put a Nidus here again, but just don't think that would really be worth it. Storm is on the way. He's getting every tech in the book. The only thing we are missing is carriers. Oh, a double Robo coming down. Could be going for double Colossi now. And this base is almost up. Should be done very shortly. An Imperative playing so passively. He's maxed out, but he hasn't even really poked or prodded at all. And he does know about that extra base down there, so he does know he needs to do something about it. Lots of Hydras. Oh, he needs to attack while there's only a little bit of splash damage. And the more Colossi that come out, but no more Colossi are coming out. Oh, Imperative, you need to attack. There needs to be attacking. This is your time. This is your moment. 3 Colossi are out now, and this is quickly turning into not his moment. He needs some Vipers to actually yoink those Colossi back out. But instead going for more Ultralisks, waiting for this Ultralisks, but that might have been waiting just a bit too long. Can he actually deal with these Ultralisks? Do the Stalkers have blink? No, they do not. The Stalkers do not have blink, so these Stalkers will be eaten alive by these Ultralisks. Going so fast. Lots of damage being done by those Colossi. The Colossi absolutely tearing apart. Oh, Storm's going down on the Hydras. The Hydras going completely shut down. The supply has plummeted for Imperative. Imperative making 5 more Ultralisks behind this. But all the Hydras are dead, and that was just absolutely, brutal. 6,000 resources behind for Imperative in terms of resources lost. Does need to get another base up and running. They are even on bases, and that is not where you want to be as Zerg. You want to be a base ahead at the very least. Does have some Overlords here, up here, and around here for vision, but this Protoss army is so terrifying. Moving on in. Now he knows he's just done a terrible blow, and he's maxed out, so it is time to move out for the Protoss. Lots of Ultras. Ultras very good against Zealots, now in Heart of the Swarm, but just Ultras against this army should not do very well at all. I apologize if the stream is getting a little bit choppy. My frame rate is starting to drop. I'll try and fix that before the finals. This army now deciding what it wants to do. He's giving imperative time to actually get back in this game. He had a beautiful opportunity to attack, but now he is actually moving out. Tons of Ultras though. Can the Ultras actually do the damage they need to? There aren't many Immortals in here. Lots of Storms going down, taking out the squishy Hydras, and the Time Warp not affecting Ultralisk with that Frenzied ability are not affected by any sort of snare or slow, and that is just enough to push those Ultras back. What does he have in the bank on the way? 2 more Ultras, 2 more Hydras. Not really enough at all. 150 supply for the Protoss, 92 for Imperative. Imperative almost broke the Protoss with a pretty huge bank, but he's not spending it, but does he need to? And there is the GG from Imperative. adeafkid takes the game.